The Sharingan. In the world of Naruto, we are introduced to a number of doujutsu that confer abilities beyond the imagination. The Byakugan, a doujutsu that confers the ability of 360-degree vision. The Rinnegan, stated to be the originator of all doujutsu. And of course, the Rinne Sharingan, an evolved form of the Rinnegan that confers the power of Rinne, an eye so powerful it can place the entire world under its control. But with all these eyes, how does the Uchiha's copy will fare? The Sharingan, a powerful Kekkei that brought tales of legend to the Uchiha clan, propelling them to the pinnacle of power during the Warring States period and beyond. It's been stated on multiple occasions that a shinobi shouldn't go up against a Sharingan alone, as it meant certain death. This eye alone became a coveted prize throughout the shinobi world, as many rushed to claim the birthright of the Uchiha, Danzo and Orochimaru being prime examples. These eyes are so powerful that Orochimaru dedicated most of his life trying to acquire these eyes, but always came up short, all the while helping Danzo acquire an arm fully implanted with Sharingan. When we look at Orochimaru's life goal, it was to learn every single jutsu in the world, but how does the Sharingan aid in this? During the Land of Waves arc, we are first introduced to the Sharingan through Kakashi when he pulls it out to save Team 7 from Zabuza, completely turning the tide of the battle in his favor. But one has to ask, what makes a Sharingan so powerful? The Sharingan has two main abilities, the Eye of Insight and the Eye of Hypnotism. The Eye of Insight grants the user increased perceptive abilities, and it's where the Sharingan's legendary copy ability stems from. Any user of the Sharingan can copy any jutsu save from Kekkei Genkai or jutsu from chakra natures that they don't possess. The Eye of Insight allows users to see chakra in visible form, including its color. It allows the user to see irregularities in the chakra, thus allowing the user to see if they themselves or their comrades are under genjutsu. With the incredible boost in perception the Eye of Insight provides, the ability to read lips, predict an enemy's oncoming attacks based off muscle movements, perceive and decode very subtle movements such as pencil movements in order to know what someone is writing. The Eye of Hypnotism allows the user to cast illusions so powerful that one can suggest thoughts and actions to a target, coerce them to divulge information or act in a particular way, potentially without the target's awareness. In extreme cases, the Sharingan user can take complete control of the target's body, forcing them to do exactly as the controller wishes. This control is visually indicated by the Sharingan's design appearing on the target's eye. The Uchiha are particularly infamous for using this ability on tail beasts and in fact can enter its or a Jinchuriki subconscious to more precisely control the tail beast's chakra, Obito Uchiha and Madara Uchiha being prime examples. Control the Nine Tails to attack Konoha during his battle with the 4th Hokage, and once again use the Eye of Hypnotism to back the Blood Mist village by manipulating Yagura, the 4th Mizukage, for over 14 years. Madara, on the other hand, used the Eye of Hypnotism to take control of the Nine Tails and battle Hashirama Senju, a battle so cataclysmic that it created the final valley. But as great as these two techniques are, they pale in comparison to the Sharingan's ultimate techniques, Izanagi and Izanami. Izanagi allows the user to apply an illusion to reality itself, giving the caster complete control of what is and isn't real for as long as Izanagi is active. Users typically do this to protect themselves, negating any injuries they receive or even their deaths. The injured self fades away as an illusion, and their non-injured self immediately materializes in the place of the previous self. But in exchange for such a great power, the Sharingan used to cast Izanagi goes blind, and only by awakening the Rinnegan can you restore your vision. And finally, Izanami. Izanami is a genjutsu which affects the target through physical sensations shared between them and the user to perform the illusion. Like its counterpart, in exchange for the temporary ability that it grants, the Sharingan with which Izanami is cast is rendered blind and loses its light forever. According to Itachi, this technique and Izanagi form a pair, but unlike the latter, which is a technique capable of altering destiny, Izanami is instead one that decides it. To begin the technique, after selecting any arbitrary moment, the caster uses their Sharingan to remember the physical sensations of both their body and that of their opponent during that instant, similar to that of a photograph, represented as A. The user must then intentionally replicate the same sensation and, in the same way, memorize that instant with the Sharingan, represented as A'. Izanami overlaps and connects these two identical bodily sensations, A and A', as well as the flow of time between them, creating an infinite loop of these events that entraps the opponent's consciousness. The user can also use the Sharingan to remember multiple sensations, represented as B, C, and so on and so forth. And those sensations will also be used when Izanami is activated. The user also doesn't need to necessarily replicate A with A' to activate Izanami. They can also replicate B with B' or C with C' as well. The more sensations they memorize, the better their chances would be to initiate Izanami on a person, and the more sensations the victim will experience each time they repeat a loop, whilst under the effects of the technique. The target stands motionless as the loop of events continually replay inside their mind. Each time a loop is repeated, any physical damage incurred is reset as it were before the loop started, although the remains of the severed appendages do not disappear. The illusion of the user and anyone they were fighting alongside also have any damage reset as well, such as the blindness that comes with Izanami. Despite being able to become consciously aware of the situation and act differently, the victim is unable to significantly alter or escape from the inevitable progression of these events, as the illusions they are fighting will quickly adapt to their changes in order to force the victim to experience the memorized sensations. However, because this technique was created to reprimand and save the users of Izanagi, the victim is able to escape the infinite loop if they can acknowledge the real result of their actions and, in doing so, accept their fate as demonstrated by Kabuto Yakushi. So again, against other legendary doujutsu, how does the Sharingan fare?